And let's get over here. Here's the output. Let's see. What output are we talking about? We're finding where it's 0. There it is. A -2 is a 0 of the function. Now, it only gives one. There's 2 zeros to this function. It only gives 1. So you can also, we started, the first guess is 0. When I guessed 0 as being close to where the 0 of the function is, it found -2. It searches. It found -2. Let's start with 3 instead. And this time it found +2 as the 0, right here. Don't need the figure anymore, too. I'll get rid of it. Okay. This is just some more executions of the function. This is typing. Do I have some square up here? I don't see it anywhere. If I want to output my function, I can do this. And I don't have some square created yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll do a $% right here. There we go. So it just typed out this function, the function I just created. Type command, display commands. You guys ought to know that too. Now, we're going to get into if statements. Control statements. Okay. There's several types. There's basically 4 types of controls: the for, the while, the switch, and the for, while, switch, and if then else. If then else. Here's if 4 is less than 5, display true. Otherwise don't, or otherwise display something else. You can do an else. Else if 5 or 5 greater than 4, do display false. And then we can do, let's see, we do else if, and then finally we can do other, just plain old else, not else if. If, and then you have a Boolean. You have a conditional phrase. Else if, and then a conditional phrase. Else is everything else. And I'm going to do this a little, I'm going to change things up a little bit. There. I'm going to put X in here instead of 4. Replace all the 4s with X. So X is going to start as 4. Okay, so if X is less than 5, it's true. If it's greater than 5, it's false. And if it equals 5, it's equals. And 4 is definitely less than 5. So let's run this section. True. It's going to say it's true. So it picks out X is greater than, less than 5, excuse me. True. It's less than 5. Let's change X to 5 and run the section now. And now it equals 5. That's what it should do. It's not less than, it's not greater than, it is exactly equal to. And then if I do X equals 6, it'll go to this part right here. So what we just did was this part. The first time we did this part. The second time we did this part, and now the third time should work out to be this part. And sure, it says equals still. Why does it say equals? Because 5 is greater than x. Try it again. Let's try something a little different. See, x is not less than 5. Oh, I know what I did. There we go. I have to put a greater than here. Now it should get the second part. So false. It is greater than 5. False, it's not less than 5. It's greater than 5. True if it's less than 5. If it's 4, I should get true. And if it's exactly 5, I should get equals. There we go. Okay, that's your if statement. So I did lots of, switches. Switch works a lot like an if. In fact, you can use it just like you were doing an if. So I'm going to skip that. I'll pick up this one next time, and I'll pick up while also next time. I want to be sure and get to 4. So I'm going to create a new file here. In fact, yeah. So for loops, for my I is a reserved character in Matlab. For I equals 1, 5. So this will go through a loop 5 times. So display. All I'm going to do is go through the loop 5 times and just display what I is. And let's run this. And it wants me to save the script name. I'm going to call it for script. There we go. So when it goes through the first time, so I equals 1, it displays 1. Second time 2. I can display the squares. I don't have to display there we go. My I squared. And run it. There we go. So it goes I didn't give it a break, by the way. So this is the previous output right here. So each time it goes through, run again. There we go. We can see the break now. It's displaying whatever the index is scored. And of course, you can do all sorts of, this is where you want to do something a very specific amount of times. There's another trick with this too. You can create a vector, pi, 0, I. And this is the reserved word. This is the the square root of -1. I want to make sure it's not. It says it's not used anywhere else. So this warning is probably telling me the that it's a complex number, and they're telling me for speed and other things that I should be using this instead, the 1i. So let's do that. And I don't know what it'll do. It might do something weird. 3.14. So instead of pi, 3.14, 1/7, 1/7, and so forth. So you basically, for this equals the vector, it'll just step through the vector, and you'll notice they're not even steps. They can be any distance apart. They can be one's fraction, one's a number, stuff like that. You can do all sorts of stuff like that with the for loop, which you can't do in languages like C or Java and so forth. So there we have it. I'm putting out 0, putting out, here's 1i, here's 3.14 plus that imaginary number, and then 1/7, rounded to 4 sig figs. Okay, I wanted to get you started on, I'll do data structures next time, but I wanted to get you guys started on the looping so that you can at least get started on chapter 4 here. I'll go ahead and end it here today.